Hello everyone, welcome to Keep Learning at the rate Be Creative. In this video, we are going to discuss important concepts and questions related to chapter Real Numbers which you should practice before going for your board exam. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell button so that you get the latest updates of the videos. Here we are going to see NCERT examples and exercise question, level of difficulty of those questions and the level of importance. Also, we are going to see the questions from this year's sample paper of this chapter. If we talk about the syllabus of this year, then in that we have first the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, which states that every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes, and this factorization is unique, apart from the order in which the prime factor occurs. This statement is very important. Also, you should have a good practice of finding HCF and LCM using prime factorization method. The formula which states that HCF of two numbers into LCM of two numbers is equals to the product of the two numbers. This is also very important because questions can be framed on this formula as well. The next topic which you should definitely practice for writing is proof of irrationality of these numbers. Now, let's see the NCERT example 5, 7 and 8, which are easy but very important questions. Consider the number 4 raised to power n, where n is a natural number. Check whether there is any value of n for which 4 raised to power n ends with digit 0. This problem is based on the concept that the prime factorization of a number is unique. Find the HCF of 96 and 404 by prime factorization method, hence find the LCM. First, you have to find the HCF by using prime factorization method, and then using this formula you can find the LCM as well. Find HCF and LCM of 6, 72 and 120 using prime factorization method. So this question is a direct question on finding HCF and LCM using prime factorization method. The NCERT exercise question, that is exercise 1.2, question number 4, 5, 6 and 7. These questions are easy but again very important questions. Given HCF of 306, 657 equals to 9, find LCM of these two numbers. This question is again based on the formula HCF into LCM is equals to product of the two numbers. The next question, check whether 6 raised to power n can end with a digit 0 for any natural number n. This is again based on the concept that the prime factorization of a number is unique. Question, explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is a composite number. In this question, you have to use the definition of composite number. The composite number have more than two distinct factors. So that you have to explain here. The question, there is a circular path around a sport field. Sonia takes 18 minutes to drive one round of the field while Ravi takes 12 minutes for the same. Suppose they both start at the same point and at the same time and go in the same direction. After how many minutes will they meet again at the starting point? This question is based on LCM of the numbers. NCERT example 9, 10 and 11 and theorem 1.4, that are proving root 2 irrational, proving root 3 irrational, showing that 5 minus root 3 is irrational, showing 3 root 2 is irrational. All these have a medium level but they are very important question. The question can be asked in two ways. Either they ask you to prove root 3 or root 2 irrational, or in such type of questions where they ask you to prove 5 minus root 3 irrational, sometimes they give you root 3 already proved irrational, and then just you need to prove 5 minus root 3 irrational, and sometimes you have to prove root 3 as well as irrational and then complete expression using that concept as irrational. Then NCERT exercise 1.3 question number 1 and 2, which ask you to prove root 5 irrational and show that 3 plus 2 root 5 irrational are also of medium level, but they are again very important. Now we are going to see the question from sample paper 2023 basic. First question is, if two positive integers p and q can be expressed as p is equals to a into b raised to power 2 and q is equals to a raised to power 3 into b, where a comma b being prime, find the LCM of p and q. So here this is actually based on finding LCM using prime factorization method. This was of 1 mark. What is the greatest possible speed at which the man can walk 52 km and 91 km in an exact number of hours? This question is based on HCF of the two numbers, and the question was of 1 mark. Next question was of assertion and reasoning. Here the two statements were given. If HCF of 510 and 92 is 2, then the LCM of these two numbers is 32460, and the reason was given as HCF of A and B is equals to A into B. Here you need to carefully observe that whether the first statement given is correct or not, the values which are given are correct or not, and according to that read the option carefully and answer the question. This was of again 1 mark. Then proving root 5 irrational, this question was of 3 marks. As I told you that it is very important to understand how to write the solution for this type of question. If we talk about the standard paper, in that the first question was, let a and b be two positive integers such that a is equals to p raised to power 3 q raised to power 4 and b is equals to p raised to power 2 q raised to power 3, where p and q are prime numbers. Here HCF of a and b is equals to p raised to power m q raised to power n, and LCM of a and b, that is equals to p raised to power r q raised to power s. Then you need to find the value of m plus n, this value multiplied by the value of r plus s. This question was again based on finding HCF and LCM using prime factorization method, and this was of 1 mark. The next question, which was in standard paper related to real number, was of assertion and reasoning, where the question was given as, if the product of two numbers 5780 and their HCF is 17, then the LCM will be 340. The reason given was HCF is always a factor of LCM. So you should have a clear concept of HCF and LCM so that you can answer this question. Again, read the options very carefully and then answer the question. There was a 3 mark question in which it was given that root 3 is irrational and you need to prove 5 plus 2 root 3 irrational. So these were the questions from the standard paper. Thank you for watching this video. This was based on real numbers, important questions and concept. If you practice this, definitely you will get good marks in this chapter. Thank you.